Symptoms and early warning signs showing you have gouty arthritis. Ever wake up with a throbbing big toe and wonder what's going on? Your body might be warning you about gout, but are you listening? 1 in 4 people with gout don't know they have it. If you think you might have gouty arthritis, watch this video until the end to know more about gout, the earliest symptoms of gout, and how to differentiate between gouty arthritis and regular joint pain. So let's get started. 1. Sudden, intense joint pain. The first and most telling sign of gouty arthritis is sudden, intense joint pain. This pain often comes out of nowhere and can be severe enough to wake you up in the middle of the night. It typically occurs in the big toe, but gout can affect any joint, including your ankles, knees, elbows, wrists, and fingers. The pain is often described as sharp, stabbing, or like the joint is being crushed. If you've ever experienced this kind of sudden pain, it is possible that you might be dealing with gout. 2. Pain that worsens at night. One of the classic patterns of gout pain is that it often worsens at night. You might go to bed feeling fine, only to wake up a few hours later with a throbbing, excruciating pain in your joint. This nighttime pain is thought to be related to lower body temperatures and slower circulation during sleep, which can cause uric acid crystals to form and accumulate in the joints. If your joint pain seems to flare up at night, it's worth considering gout as a potential cause. 3. Sensitivity to touch. Gouty arthritis often makes the affected joint extremely sensitive to touch. Even the lightest pressure, like the weight of a bedsheet or the touch of a hand, can cause intense pain. This sensitivity is due to the severe inflammation in the joint, which makes it hyperreactive to any kind of pressure. If you're finding that your joint hurts just to touch, or even when something lightly brushes against it, gout may be a cause. 4. Redness and swelling. Along with intense pain, gouty arthritis often causes noticeable redness and swelling in the affected joint. The skin around the joint may appear red or purplish and feel warm to the touch. This is due to the inflammation caused by the buildup of uric acid crystals in the joint. The swelling can make the joint look puffy and can sometimes extend beyond the immediate area of the joint. If you see this kind of redness and swelling, especially if it's paired with pain, gout may be a cause. 5. Affected joint feels warm. If the joint feels warm to the touch, it's a common sign of gout. The warmth is a result of the inflammation caused by the uric acid crystals irritating the joint tissues. This warmth can make the joint feel like it's radiating heat, and it's often accompanied by redness and swelling. If your joint feels noticeably warmer than the surrounding skin, it's a sign that there's active inflammation, which could be due to gout. 6. Recurring attacks. Gout is notorious for coming back again and again. If you've had more than one episode of sudden joint pain, especially in the same joint, it could be gout. These recurring attacks can happen weeks, months, or even years apart, but the pattern is usually the same: intense pain, swelling, and redness, followed by a period of relief. Over time, these recurring attacks can cause permanent joint damage if left untreated. So it's important to seek medical advice if you notice this pattern. 7. Tophi Development. Tophi are hard, chalky lumps that can develop under the skin around your joints and ears. They form when uric acid crystals build up in the tissues over time, and they're a sign that gout has been present for a while. Tophi can be painful, limit joint movement, and cause visible deformities. If you notice any unusual lumps or bumps around your joints, it's important to get them checked out, as they could be Tophi related to gout. We all experience joint pain from time to time, whether it's from overdoing it at the gym, spending too much time on our feet, or just getting older. But how can you tell if that pain is just a temporary annoyance or something more serious like gouty arthritis? Temporary pain is usually linked to a specific activity, like an intense workout or a long day of walking. This type of pain tends to be mild to moderate, comes on gradually, and improves with rest, ice, and over-the-counter pain relievers. It typically doesn't cause significant swelling, redness, or warmth in the joint. Gouty arthritis, however, has a very different presentation. The pain associated with gout is usually sudden and severe, often striking in the middle of the night or early morning. It's common for gout to affect a single joint at first, with the big toe being the most frequent target. The pain is intense, often described as burning or crushing, and is accompanied by significant swelling, redness, and warmth in the joint. Unlike regular joint pain, gout pain can make even the lightest touch feel unbearable. Another key difference is that temporary pain usually resolves on its own within a few days to a week, whereas gout pain can linger and may recur in cycles if left untreated. If you're experiencing joint pain that feels intense, comes on suddenly, and is accompanied by other symptoms like redness and warmth, it's important to consider whether it could be more than just a temporary issue. Gouty arthritis requires medical attention to manage and prevent future flare-ups. So if your pain isn't going away or is getting worse, it's time to seek help. The symptoms of gouty arthritis can be very annoying and frustrating. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, it's important to talk to your doctor. Early detection and treatment can help manage gout and prevent future flare-ups. One of the risk factors of gout is kidney disease. So if you want to know about the early warning signs of kidney disease, check the video on the screen and I'll see you in the next video.